very much. Let's see, I need power. There you go. Well, I got a deal for y'all today. When we sing, we always set up a tape, in the back, and sales stuff. We've got this, we got an 8-track tape, 8-track tape. I think those pictures are don't have 8-track. A big CD. They weren't that good anyway. Sounded like us. Okay. All right. So, okay, forget about that. Okay. We're going to take a break now, Brother Kevin.
Tom, if you're having trouble hitting those high notes, you can always sing bass. It's been a blessing thus far, and we certainly appreciate the ministry of the Gambles and what they've meant to so many throughout the years. And they're going to be back in a moment. And if our ushers can go ahead and come forward, we're going to take our offering for the day. And Mr. Mendelist will make their way down. Then after we take our offering, we're going to have a special history moment from our church. Let's bow for prayer today. Larry, sorry if you pray for me.
Well, first and Heavenly Father, Lord, just want to come thanking you and praising you, Father, for this beautiful day that you've given us and for the opportunities of the day that you've played before. Father, we have opportunities now, Lord, just to come and bring back this proportionate gift that so richly blessed us with. And Father, I just pray today for the one maybe that doesn't know Christ as their Lord and Savior. I pray, Father, we can come and do that as well today. Father, thank you for your love, your mercy. Thank you for your grace. But most of all, thank you for your Son Jesus, who come and died on the cross for all of us, so we may spend eternity with you. For it's in his name of Jesus I do pray. Amen.
He doesn't have a voice today, so Linda Horner is going to come and share history moment.
Well, this is a historic day for us because we're back in our sanctuary since November. And the records of our church will show that for 125 years we have striven to encourage our congregation to further enhance our church. It was founded in 1886, and at that time the services were held east of the cemetery. And at that time, the name of the group was known as New Prospect Church. In 1895, the house of worship became the property of the New Prospect Church and was moved to this location. And in 1897, the name was changed to Zenith Baptist Church. In 1908 and 1909, the plans for the new building were presented, and the building was completed in 1911. And this is the building we are here in today. This old church building that was before this one became the parsonage for the preacher and his wife. Around 1917, the name was changed to First Baptist Church of Zenith. In 1942, the records reflect a business meeting was called for the purpose of repair and redecoration of the church building. In 1952, the church purchased the F.T. Carnes House, which was a large two-story house located on the lot that now allows our children to play, and the extension of the education building. It was used for Sunday school classes because of the growth of this church. In 1956, a contract was awarded to construct a building attached to the back of the church auditorium. In 1962, the auditorium was remodeled with new carpet, pews, furniture, and an extension for the classrooms was approved. Then the church's name was changed to Zenith Baptist Church. In 1970, the kitchen was remodeled with monies donated by Dennis and LaDon Bacon in memory of their daughter, Danette. In 1970, a committee of 3 men, Rudy Slaughter, Robert Kinnear, and A.B. Utley, began looking at a remodel for this auditorium. They decided they needed some women on the committee. So my mother, Catherine Story, and Lola Clevenger, which is Charlene's sister-in-law, were added to that group. The total renovation was $40,000. In 1972, these stained glass windows on the side were purchased by families for $250 a window. Through the years, there have been improvements that were needed. When Brother Clinton was here, it was decided that we needed capacity, and at the time there was no way to build onto the church, so the chapel was started because of the need. At different times we talked about new auditoriums or whatever, but this church has stood for 100 years, and a lot of us are emotionally involved with it. We would like to recognize the committee for renovation. Would you stand? Larry Sawyer, Whitey Wallace, Susan Admire, Hattie Jones, Sheila Jones, and Gina Lewis. Thank you for your dedication. I hope I can read this without getting emotional. This poem was written by Dennis Bacon for our 100th anniversary. 100 years have come and gone, but still our memories linger on. Oh, how 6 people with minds the same started something, and it still remains. Look at the promises that Christ has made that we can use from day to day. And though sometimes our life seems frayed, He watches over us all the way. 100 years of our Christ's love has taught us of what's above, but never dwell on the things that are past, but keep Christ first. He's all that lasts.
Thank you, Glenda, for sharing that. And I, too, would like to thank the committee. They worked a lot of hours and a lot of effort went into this. Did a couple time snags along the way, but we're blessed. And I appreciate all their hard work. Carmen, y'all ready? Great. Come on back.